This just in, what you see behind me is the new 2020 Infiniti QX80. This is the Lux model, four-wheel drive. And it's also pretty special because it has Infiniti's Edition 30 package. Infiniti is celebrating 30 years in the United States. In this video, I'm going to show you all the features of this updated, refreshed Infiniti QX80 full-size luxury SUV, and also show you some 0 to 60 times with this because it's still very, very quick. Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna give you a little bit of an behind-the-scenes look at the way that we do 0 to 60 testing here at TFL Truck and TFL Car. And I'm sitting in an updated, brand new 2020 Infiniti QX80, and by any account over the years we've tested this vehicle and also its brother vehicle, the Nissan Armada, and it's one of the quickest SUVs no matter where you are. Of course, I'm here at a mile above sea level at our test track, imimotorsports.com. You can check them out using the link in the description below. But I have two devices today. I have a Solo DL, and I have a little device called the Draggy. This is not sponsored by Draggy or Solo DL. These are GPS speed measurement devices. But I want to see, first of all, if they're close, how close they are to each other, and also to give you another perspective at our 0 to 60 testing. Let's try this. It's actually getting better. Obviously this is not a turbocharged engine. 7.85. Woo! It's actually getting better. Here's the Draggy app, and let's look what I recorded today. You're probably wondering, why did the Draggy record times that were a little bit quicker than the Solo DL? And part of the reason has to do with 1 foot rollout. It's the difference between actual 0 to 60 that the Solo DL, the older model, is focused on, or the drag strip 1 foot rollout, rolling start measurement. So if you do a rolling start measurement, your measured times will be a little bit faster. As you can see here, the fastest time is 7.56 seconds. And when I spoke to the guys at 5 Star Tuning, Josh recommended the Draggy app and the Draggy device to me, and he said when he goes to the quarter miles and compares his times with the Draggy, they're within 1/100th of a second to a drag strip measurement. So this is really good if you're drag racing and recording your times, and I'm going to continue using this Draggy device and app in the future to compare some of our performance on trucks and SUVs. For 2020, the overall exterior design is about the same, but the Edition 30 Special Edition package gives you some dark trims. And with this white color they call Moonstone, the dark accents I think work really good. You have part of the Edition 30 package, you have a dark blacked out grille, some accents. It's riding on 22-inch wheels wrapped in Bridgestone Dueler HT tires. And before we get on the inside where most of the updates for 2020 are, let's look under the hood and check out the engine. No mechanical changes here. It's a 5.6 liter V8, and on premium fuel it produces 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. And the transmission that's backing it up, it's their 7-speed automatic. And this is basically the same engine available in the 2020 Nissan Titan. This engine is also available in the Nissan Armada And the 2020 Nissan Titan, as you know, introduced a 9-speed automatic transmission. Why that 9-speed is not here, I'm not sure. But my personal guess is that the 9-speed will probably be likely coming to the QX80 and maybe even the Nissan Armada. Let me fire this up. Of course, push button start. This is the Lux trim, as I told you. And the Lux trim is kind of their base model, but it doesn't look base to me. And I'll tell you the price really soon. I mean, you still have the partially wood, partially leather steering wheel. It's heated, of course. And the center stack is brand new for 2020. This is where most of the changes take place. I don't know if you remember, but usually in the QX80, there are a couple of buttons. In the older one, there were a couple of knobs here to control the heated seats and ventilated seats. And then you had your cup holders on this side. For 2020, they're using the same center stack basically that's available in some of the other sedans and coupes. Double screen design. You have your navigation screen up here at the top. You also have Apple CarPlay integration if you need it. Down here it's more of a climate control and radio display. Both screens are pretty high resolution, and your heated seat buttons actually moved up here. There are also some hard buttons to control your temperature, of course your rear window defrost, fan speed, automatic or not. Let me turn this down. Of course, your satellite radio here. Menus. It looks a little bit more modern. I'm really welcoming this change that they've done, with one exception. If you look at this upper screen, and the camera resolution, even though the screen is good, the camera resolution is still what it was before. It's not as crisp. I would expect, like, if I'm sitting, for example, in a new like GM truck, and the cameras usually have really good resolution. In this case, I mean, you still have the 360-degree view. You can change your views a little bit, and you see the front tire over here, and of course the lines tell you where the steering wheel is located. You can change the views again towards the back. It's still a body and frame SUV, so it tows a lot. So if you're hooking up a trailer, of course you can do that as well. The towing rating didn't change much for 2020. Here in the center console changed a little bit. Once again, kind of a larger area here for the cup holders. This four-wheel drive controller is still about the same. Your tow mode is here. Traction control, snow settings. It's automatic four-wheel drive here. Here's your camera button as well, and another button to control some of the menus and selections on the upper screen. So overall, my first impression is that this is a big upgrade. It looks more premium, even though this is not their high-end, top-of-the-line model. It still looks plenty luxurious, and the seats are nice and comfortable. And it also has the rear camera mirror. I don't know if you could see that. You could change it from camera view and into regular mode. I still would like, once again, a little bit more high resolution images. GM cameras, once again, are a little bit more crisp. Well, let's check out the back seat and see how that goes. This is a model with a center console here in the back. So it's more of a luxury machine. You could also get a bench seat if you don't like this. But basically it's kind of a captain seat configuration. Down here you have a couple of USB ports, which are very handy. Of course, your climate control settings here. This is, of course, your front console, and the seat tumbles just the way it used to. I'm not going to get in this third row, but we also have a lot of other videos of us comparing the QX80 versus other SUVs like the Toyota Land Cruiser and others. The rear seat is a little tight, the floor is a little tall. Once again, it's a body and frame vehicle, so there's a frame underneath for the chassis, and of course the body mounts to the top of it. But everything is really nice. There's no second sunroof in this model. But let's look at the space behind the third row in the back. One way you know that this is an edition 30-year anniversary, there's discrete badging. Edition 30 there. Of course, kind of a dark blacked out trim look, which I really like. I think it goes really well with the white. Of course, power tailgate is still here. Under here, you still have your hitch covered in this by this trim piece. I left my carry-on bag suitcase to kind of show you the space behind here. And there's a nice cargo mat here, really sturdy, and if you get dirty you can quickly remove it and wash it out. But this is kind of the space behind the third row. Decent amount of space. You can put at least 2 carry-on bags, maybe something on top. And these buttons, just as before, let you fold the seats. Of course, the speed with which the seats are folding is pretty slow. That hasn't changed much. But see, they go nearly flat, and you still have, obviously, this cargo area. And now your space increases dramatically. So, I mean, if you did want to put a lot of stuff in here, you still can. This is not a long wheelbase SUV like a Chevy Suburban or a Ford Expedition Max. Still a giant amount of space. One button, one touch for the tailgate. And here's the styling piece I really like, and it's the rear taillights, especially the way they're done in kind of a frosted look here. The LED signature, it's really cool. I think it's one of the more premium looking, attractive SUVs. Of course, the SUV segment is changing drastically. GMC is rolling out their brand new 2020 Yukon lineup, which is their luxury SUV, with updated styling, technology, and everything else. And here's how sort of the pricing breaks down. Once again, this is a 4-wheel drive model. You also have 2-wheel drive available. Starting price of $69,850. The Edition 30 package costs $3,500. You also have your Pro Assist package, which is additional driver assistance technologies. Of course, the rear view mirror camera that I showed you, intelligent cruise control, distance control assist, so it does have adaptive cruise, lane departure prevention and warning. Final price is $76,150. And if you consider that a Chevy Tahoe may cost $75,000 also, and if you get, for example, a Yukon GMC, the price goes up. Ford Expedition can cost into the $80,000 range, and of course Cadillac the Escalade can cost close to $100,000. So $76,000 for a good-looking and well-equipped full-size SUV with a V8 that's luxurious. I think that's not a bad deal. I just wish maybe they made some other changes. Maybe the 9-speed would have been a little bit nicer for a little bit more range and efficiency. As you saw, 15 mpg combined is not really the best in class. It's near the bottom of the class. But for their updates for 2020, I'm fairly impressed. And of course, go back to TFLtruck.com for more news, views, and real-world full-size SUVs, and of course, truck reviews. Thanks.